Welcome, Alice. It is so exciting. Everybody, welcome in the pod with Home by Holly. We haven't done a podcast for a little while, so it's a really special day today to have Alice van Meurs from Edition joining us. And the reason we are getting together today is this is our birthday year, our 10th anniversary, and I know that we have been working together for 10 years.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing. So I thought this would be a really lovely way to celebrate our birthday month of August, and to have you come along and have a chat and just talk about what the last 10 years have looked like, I guess, for both of us, but also moving forward.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me. My first podcast, so thanks.
Well, you have a beautiful label called Edition. And although I know you make beautiful dresses and clothes and things, but really you're a designer and a maker at heart. And tell me more about that.
Yeah, so I feel really lucky to have been making for over 10 years now, and to do it from Canberra. I think it's quite unusual to have a fashion label here. Even when earlier this year I was able to show as part of Australian Fashion Week, and when I was speaking to Erin from her Canberra, she was saying that I'm the first label to have ever come from Canberra to do an Australian Fashion Week. So either I'm totally nuts and why would you do this? But yeah, I feel really lucky to be able to do it, and I think it's because there are so many amazing people in Canberra like yourself who really support women in business, who really see clothing and art and design all as part of your brand, and it's really important. And as you always champion the love local, like to be in Canberra is so unique. We are in a designed city. I think we have so many amazing elements here to really kind of show how creative we are, and maybe it's not always celebrated, but I feel like over the last 10 years, and even meeting you at a Design Canberra event at one of the open homes, like I think all those kind of things come together really nicely. Yeah,
definitely. And I think to tap into what you just said about celebrating design in a city of design, which is Canberra, I'm sure per capita, per how many people that are here, we have more makers, designers, creatives than very likely in other cities. But how do we get that one step further, like you are, which is branching out into new networks and communities? But the celebration of Design Canberra, and going all the way back to when I first met you, and I'll never forget it because I've actually worn my very first Alice dress today, my very first Phoebe Porter earrings today. And I remember seeing you in one of the pop-ups in the living room exhibition in Design Canberra. You were wearing this dress and you were wearing these earrings, and the only difference is you had on Blundstones. Yeah. And of course, it looked super cool. And I'm like, I want that dress, I want those earrings. And that was my first purchase. And of course, we've ever since have built on that beautiful collection, and wearing your dresses as part of our brand has very much been integral, I think, to how we present ourselves. And we love them, they're comfortable, and the way that they're beautiful and they're flattering, and we love them. So watching the last 10 years, and obviously there's been a shift, I can see one thing that you've always done is collaborate, and the collaboration with Phoebe has always been front of mind for me, because every time you've done Design Canberra, you've been together and you complement each other with your pieces. So thinking about how your business has changed and evolved, that collaboration seems to be a pivotal part of it, particularly now with Sarrita King.
Yeah. I think I've always loved collaborating with other artists, and especially when you're working in a studio by yourself. So now I currently work from home, which I love. It's great for kind of my work-life balance and being able to always get to the studio whenever I get a free minute. But it does mean that you're not seeing people as regularly, so to collaborate is a really great way to kind of bridge that, but also then be able to push yourself creatively. So I've loved working with Phoebe, and then a few years ago Sarrita and I thought we should work together. We've been friends for 15 years, and we'd kind of dabbled in working together in 2014, and we thought, it was really great. And then, her business has been busy, mine has, and then we came back together in 2023 and thought, oh, let's see how this goes. And I think it's been really successful because we have really great communication. I love her work, and I think back and forth that's worked really well. And using the metallics through the work, I think has also connected it really beautifully to Phoebe's work. Yeah, so that kind of brought it all together. And I love working with Phoebe. She's just, she's so organised, and that's the same as me, which is quite unusual in the creative industries. So, and Sarrita as well, like she just works. She's incredible. And I think to really learn from those women is amazing. And to not feel like, oh my gosh, why am I doing this? Which I'm sure we all feel like in our work. But yeah, when I work with them, I feel like, oh yeah, I really know what I'm doing. This all makes sense. Yeah.
I guess like-minded, passionate, both, but all following your passions individually, but collectively they're coming together. And so talking about when you said the Melbourne Fashion Week was your first show, but you've actually been doing other shows in the Northern Territory, in other design weeks, not necessarily just Canberra. Is that how those opportunities were created for Melbourne?
Yeah, I think Melbourne for many years had been focusing just on Victorian designers, but at the start of 2025 they approached Sarrita and I and asked if we wanted to show as part of the Melbourne Fashion Festival, and we loved that, and that kind of kicked off then doing Melbourne Fashion Week, and then I think that's what ultimately led us to Australian Fashion Week. And excitingly, next year the Melbourne Fashion Festival is actually rebranding as the Australian Fashion Festival. Yeah, and so it is going to be promoting more Australian designers, because I think they've worked out that yes, Victoria has very strong designers, but all over Australia, and especially for someone like Sarrita who's working in Darwin, there's country to couture, but also the rest of Australia wants to see this beautiful work. So yeah, so I'm really excited. So that's kind of what I'm working towards, and it's quite nice to have 2 parades a year. You can really show what we're working on. That's a bit out there. Maybe not necessarily people will buy, but they really love those styles, and then they'll come and buy what I'm making in the studio.
Well, today, just to give context for everybody that's listening, you came in with some beautiful dresses. Of course, we all got incredibly excited, but I noticed you've got a few new pieces like tops, so you're just sort of not minimising, but bringing your designs back down to a level where we can wear them day to day.
Yeah, lots of different markets, and I think that's where Sarrita is incredible, because she is always thinking about how can we make this art accessible to all different people. So yeah, I think I've learned a lot from her that, you know, people might enjoy your work, but they can only buy something really small. So to really make that accessible, if they love the art, why not let them into that, into the story? So yeah, it's been really great kind of learning all of those kind of parts of the business too.
It does feel like that, the learning of business along the way, and here we are sort of 10 years later. And when you talked about the rebrand even for Melbourne Fashion Week, and at the moment we're thinking about what our brand looks like and how that moves into the next 10 years. Have you been thinking about the direction you may take from here after the amazing experiences of this year?
Yeah, I really have. It's pretty exciting, isn't it, to kind of think what's next, and yeah, I find it hard to plan, but also not get too locked into what I think is going to happen, because, you know, like with so many things, I was just thinking before a few years ago when Waanyi Denigan came to me with the beautiful bush tomato fabric and said, what do you think we can do with this? And that's when I came to you, and you really supported me making those 2 dresses for you. And I feel like that was also a really great turning point for kind of like us working together, and it was a really great back and forth. And I think those dresses, especially the long one, was really successful. So yeah, I try to think ahead, but then also leave myself enough room if these great opportunities come along. You're like, oh yeah, that would be really amazing to kind of work with different people. So yeah, I think I'll keep doing what I'm doing, but also try and push myself constantly. Yeah, I don't know about you if you're the same, like, it's hard, isn't it?
Well, you're caught up in the moment of doing what you're doing as well too.
Exactly. Yeah,
but I
kind
think
of satisfying what you're currently doing, yeah.
Exactly, but then trying to think about how you, what does the next 10 years look like, and also how you bring people with you. And so obviously bringing younger people through our business and moving into the next 10 years, you know, is our chapter that we're moving towards, but also thinking about legacy. And I can see the legacy that you're already leaving with the designs that you're doing and the collaborations and the work you're doing with the beautiful artists and, integrating their beautiful art into, crossing over mediums.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because even in the lead up to Australian Fashion Week, I had a mentor come from Vogue to the studio, which was amazing. And when I was showing her what I was thinking of showing, she kept saying, well, are you thinking about the younger audience? And I was like, oh, well, I hadn't really thought about a younger audience before. But yeah, she was saying that same thing. It's like you can still open yourself up to other audiences, and it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to lose your current audience. And I think, that collection was quite successful because I was kind of trying to do different things, making things shorter or making things a bit tighter and things like that I wouldn't usually do. But yeah, so it's quite interesting, isn't it, when you have those other perspectives come in and you go, oh yeah, like that was really good to think about and see where you can, push yourself.
Pushes you to think differently.
Yeah, it does.
And just say, oh, I could do it that way. Change.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. The other question I have for you is, now that you have become famous, and you have, absolutely. But I've noticed, like I watched the Triple J, the Emma Donovan wearing your beautiful jacket in her like a version. I saw that on Instagram, so I'm just starting to see, that reach and that broadening of opportunity for you, for people that are wearing your pieces.
Yeah, thanks.
Who else is wearing who else is wearing Alice?
I'm trying to think. I don't know, but I feel really lucky that there's these really cool people that are taking this on and also wearing it in their own way too. Like, I liked how Emma wore it as a jacket instead of a dress and things like that. Yeah, to kind of really put their personal style on it. Yeah.
It's funny because I got on my original dress, and this jacket that I bought from you is my most recent thing that I've purchased. So that was my inspiration this morning.
Really cool. And they look great together. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I am just so delighted that we've had this chat today. I can't believe this is your first podcast, honestly. And I will absolutely say that the one thing that you've been amazing at, and I hope we are too, is always saying yes. When opportunities are presented or somebody asks you to do something, it's always a yes. And I think that's what's been pivotal to your success and, taking the direction that you're taking. So well done to you.
Yeah, I think it is. It's always good to say yes, isn't it? You never know what's going to come out of it. Yeah. Oh, thank you. It's been really fun.
Yeah, it's been great. So we look forward to our visit to your studio coming up, Design Canberra Festival this year, and having your open studio in November.
Yes. See you there.
See you there.